You're listening to the Shit You Can't Make Up podcast, a conversation with friends, hosted by Marisol Sanchez.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for listening. I am still pleasantly surprised when I check the numbers and I see that people have started listening or subscribing. That's very cool. And again, you can subscribe on iTunes and it'll update when a new one's up. And it's Marisol's podcast. But you can also go to my website, which is www.shityou, as in the letter U, can't make up.com. So what I want to talk about, if I want to use this as a format of trying to be authentic and or vulnerable, then what I want to talk about is marriage. The reason I want to talk about it is because I need to process it. I really need to get a handle on my views on marriage because I have children. I have lovely, beautiful, impressionable children, and I need to figure my shit out. So here's when this all started. It started back in December. This December, we were on our way to my nephew's wedding, and my very lovely daughter and I were having a discussion about something. I'm not really sure what, but I know that my response about it was either love, marriage, or men. It could have been any of those categories. Was very negative. It was very I was not in a good place romantically in December. So it just came off really ugly and negative. And, she just kind of very simply just don't ruin this for me. Just, please. I know you are a little bit cynical and you have your reasons to be, but don't ruin love, marriage, and weddings for me. I mean, she didn't say it like that, but whatever her 13-year-old reply was, that's what I took from it. Shit, Marisol, you need to get your shit together because I know that I know my daughter is impressionable to my opinions and my thoughts. So if I'm walking around saying love sucks and men are fucking douchebags and X, Y, Z, and I don't say that, but you understand what I'm saying. If that's the way I'm acting, then that's what, they're like fucking little sponges they pick up, and I don't want to give her that shit. Relationships are hard enough. I don't need to give her a mommy issue of, my personal views on marriage, which aren't positive. They're not positive, and I hate that. I wish they, oh my God. Anytime anyone talks to me about me getting married, and I literally feel like I freeze up, from my pelvic area all the way up to my throat. It clenches. I feel restricted. My palms get sweaty. It's just, I don't have a positive reaction to the word marriage. And I know that's my shit. I mean, but it's also historical shit too. So anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm kind of, have this chip on my shoulder about it. Marriage has not, been a great success story for me. So it's hard for me to bullshit my way through to, I can't wait for the day that you walk down the aisle and take a man's name and, I could. Obviously, I can't wait for my children to fall in love and be in their life and see them have a family and all those things like that. I'm talking about marriage, just the institution, just the legally binding past the wedding. I mean, I can get behind a wedding. I can get behind falling in love. I can get behind having a committed, monogamous relationship with someone. I have such a hard time getting behind marriage. And I don't know how to not feel that way about it so that I don't either feel shame about it for myself or whatever complications I have, put that on my kids. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So, but I do, okay, the only time I will say, I had this on Facebook, I had to take it off because I got, I think people got the wrong impression. I had some Facebook messages, but the only time the only thing I've seen, movies, TV shows, only thing, song, that even I can remotely visualize marriage in a positive light is, of course, a Bruce Springsteen song. I love Bruce Springsteen. I'm a big Bruce Springsteen geek. He's just amazing. Love him, adore him. He has this one song called I Want to Marry You. There's this wonderful, it wasn't a hit. He has a huge, huge library, and it's always a surprise to know what he'll play at concerts. And he played this in Sunrise, Florida, and it kills me that I wasn't there. It's one of my favorite songs, and I think he just nails it. He nails how it feels to be a single mom in that song, and wanting to partner up with someone to share life's struggles. You know, not only struggles, the highs and the lows. Like, you want to share the highs, too. Like, there's a lot of, you know, a lot of joyous moments that you want to share with someone. It's not just the struggles. I'm all for that. Like, sign me up for all that. But, you know, I'm not there as far as marriage is legally binding myself to someone. You know, my cousin and I were laughing because we were like, it's for the benefits. Get married for the benefits. I'm like, dude, I don't know. There's just nothing. I mean, where I'm at in the other point, I guess I would try to probably explain this to my kids if they ever called me out on being so cynical about marriages. The other point is, there's a couple things that I'm cynical because I've looked at the statistics, the statistics of a second marriage, the statistics with both my parents, the statistics for me. It's just, you know, I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. I'm not great at statistics, but that's not a very high number. I know that I have so much less tolerance for bullshit than I did before. I know that I don't want to be financially dependent on anyone else. I'm not, and then here's the big one. I'm not procreating anymore. I'm done. I had the 3 perfect little children for me, and no more are to be had. So I'm also at a different point. I guess it's great to not be cynical if you're going around the first time around, and maybe that's what I should focus on trying to, you know, guide them into really probably understanding what marriage is. And it's so much more than that damn wedding. The wedding is just a day, a celebration, a party. But marriage, I think, I mean, if I wanted, if I could paint what my marriage would look like, if I was to have a second marriage, it would be a best friend, a partner, someone who I trusted, who trusted me, a best friend. But also, now this time around, things that I've learned about myself, they would have to know certain things about me. Like, they would have to know that I'm not the best at holidays. They would have to know that I Um, you know, I have to have time to myself. I have to do yoga. I have to do this. This being do something creative. I have to do something that is outside of my comfort zone. I can't just be a lemming. I can't just, I don't. That I just feel like I guess I have a bigger problem. I don't think it's marriage. I think it's kind of just this realization in life that all the shit I was told, and by being told I meant through the media, through TV, through the stories I read, is that you get married and forever after you're happy, and it's bullshit. You have to be happy yourself first, alone, before it's ever gonna fucking work out with someone else. And that's my opinion. And to be truly happy by yourself, that takes a lot of fucking work. If I mean, I think for some people it takes less work. If they were lucky and they had a charmed childhood and everything was, hunky dory for them, being happy is probably a really easy place. But for the rest of us, sometimes it's fucking hard work. It's not. It's a practice. It's something you have to, everything is a fucking practice. Being kind is a practice. Connecting with my kids is a practice. Doing my homework is a practice. Working. Trying to be a good friend to my friends. Everything is practice. And trying to be nice to myself is like my biggest practice right now. And I don't know. I don't know how this all stems back to marriage, but I guess it's this. It's a very succinct episode to say I'm not ready for it. Which is funny because I did post that video on my personal Facebook page, and so I had like 3 guys Facebook message me or text me. Because I posted that song because I just think it's such an amazingly awesome song. So I think they thought that meant I was open to dating or falling in love or something. I'm like, oh, no, you don't understand. When I posted it, I was trying to figure out if I could include it in the intro to this podcast because this is the one I was working on. No. Even though I love that song, and I jokingly put on my Facebook thing that if I ever was proposed to again, this song would have to be a part of an awesome proposal. But I don't know how I need to present myself as far as my views on marriage to my children. And it is coming up a lot. I mean, you could say don't talk about it, but it's saying don't talk to your children about a major part of one's life, traditionally speaking. So, I think I need to learn how to not be negative about it. I don't know. That might take a while. Anyway, those are my thoughts on marriage. And the second thing that I have percolating in this brain of mine is this, if I had a partner here in crime with me, I would want to discuss friendships, post-divorce friendships with, anyway, people that you may find attractive on some level. And I don't know, I tried to have this conversation once with a friend of mine in Miami, and she told me that it was a stupid topic. So I don't know if it's a stupid topic. I don't think it is, because I think that friendships nowadays, especially with technology and again, being single, it's just it's complicated. It's very complicated. Um, you, in a utopian world, the answer would be absolutely fucking lutely. We could be friends with everybody, everyone, just a broad stroke. Yes, I can be friends with everyone. That is the world I would like to live in, and I thought that's if I'm trying to grow into someone, that would be the type of person I would grow into. But I find that it's not that fucking easy. It's not. Because there are some people that you kind of have to say, no, I can't be friends with you for X, Y, Z reason. Here's what I got. I got specific people that I'm talking about in specific scenarios. Um, Scenario number one is an ex-boyfriend who I told not to listen to this podcast. So if you're listening, this is on you. But I had said to him, I had promised to him that we would always be friends post, because we were friends. Post any breakup if we broke up. And I have rescinded that so many fucking times because I can't just be friends with him. Even if there's nothing sexual that occurs between us, even though that is there is a sexual attraction, there's an emotional connection as well that, for me at least, resumes very quickly when we start texting each other. So, and he's in another relationship now. So it's like, no, motherfucker, we can't be friends. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I could be an authentic friend and I could be like, hey, and fake my way through it. But then I just feel like shit. Like, I literally, every time I see his name in my text, I have a negative reaction to it. It's like, ugh. And that's not, you know, how it should be, and that's how it is now. So, data collection point number one, no, you cannot be friends with an ex-lover. Then I have bachelor number two, who's someone I used to be with 15 fucking some years ago, before I even was married, had children, completely different life. So we reconnect. He's married. Now. Before you jump to any conclusions, I'm a big believer in honoring people's marriages and so I do not. There's a million single people or people that have different boundaries in their relationship that have consent. But if you're in I guess, stereotypical relationship of monogamy, I honor that. I'm very respectful of marriages, and he's married, but I have permission of his wife. I have permission of his wife to text and stuff, and because I've met his wife and him for dinner, and there's more to that story, but I can't share it. And I feel like, no, I've thought about it. I took my time with it because I really realized how much I wanted him in my, just, in my life. When we texted, just the few times we texted, I very quickly felt, again, both the emotional and sexual reason that I liked him the first fucking time around. And for my part, I'm like, well, even with permission, why am I going to put myself in that situation? To I don't know. Could I again be authentic friends with this guy? Probably not, because authentically, when he writes, it just, my my feelings are not of friendship. So I don't think I can. Even again, with the most honest of intentions. Friend number 3. this one's this one is unanswered yet. There's not a yes or a no. I'm hoping this one breaks the streak here. But this one is again another old friend, divorced. We're both divorced, so we have a lot of, we're both in that same spot of just hating that post divorce dating nightmare scenario. We're in different places actually in this process, but we can bond over divorce, the shittiness of trying to date in this world post divorce. And I think we can be friends. We are friends. Though, full disclosure, we have slept together, but A, we're not geographically in the same location, which is, and B, I think we can be friends because I was actually annoyed with him when we've known each other for 20 plus years, and I think we can be friends. I'm hoping we can be friends. My fear with him is that he starts dating, which I wish for him because he's a great guy, and that's what he wants in life. Is he and he'll get it, but when he gets it, like is the norm in our society, we can't be friends anymore because I doubt any future girlfriend of his is gonna be like, oh, that's the girl you text, a few times a day. No, I don't. Maybe it would be awesome if that happens, but we'll see. So that one's still, we don't have an answer to. And there's other examples. There's other examples of people that I'm like, God, I just don't know if. I mean, it's easier for me. It's been easy for me to say, okay, this person hurts my feelings. This person makes me feel shitty about myself. This person is toxic. This person needs to. I describe it as a room. I describe it to my friends as a room. I'm putting this person in the room, which means I try not to ever think about them again because there's no point in it for me anymore. And maybe that's harsh and maybe that's not self-involved. I don't know. I think I've learned to protect myself from that. I have a hard time with people that haven't actually done anything specifically to hurt me, to cut them out of my life. And I guess that's where I'm at with that. Because I find myself just, cynical as that first part of this whole podcast was about marriage, as cynical as and hard as that was, the flip side, the polarity to my fucking psyche is I can't wait to fall in love. I fall in love all the fucking time. I fall in love on a daily basis, really. There's something about someone that I like about them. Falling in love is not the problem, and it's I guess falling in love with the right person. So anyway, I don't know if you can be friends with your ex-lovers. My personal research is the answer is no. But I hope I'm wrong. And thanks again for listening. I truly appreciate it. It's Marisol's podcast.